Hello, a Rosie math teacher coming at you again from my fourth period accelerated grade 7 math class. We are continuing with textbook page 57, lesson 1-7, factoring algebraic expressions. I hope to fit about 4 items in for this video. Item number 9, our coefficients are a 4 and an 18. I want my class to think carefully, what are the factors of 4 if I do 1 times 4, or I could do 2 times 2. So the factors of 4 include 1, 2, and 4. Which of these is the greatest factor also common to 18? Say it now. 2. So 2 goes at the beginning of your new party parentheses. We are factoring expressions so that we are putting it back into distributive property. So when 2 gets multiplied by what value, it would give us the 4 back. Say it. 2. So place a 2 inside those parentheses. We're skipping and leaving space for now here and here to deal with the x's and the y's later. For now, just copy the plus sign that you have here and then ask yourself, 2 times what number would equal the coefficient 18? Please say it, class. 9. You are writing the number 9. Do I have any questions so far? So we're good with the number part, aren't we? All right, next part. I ask myself, 2 times 2 what would provide me with 2x? Or let's say it this way. Let's look at both values of x here and x there. So what factor does x have in common with x? X. So we're going to put that as our greatest common factor that goes beside the 2 is that value x. Do you understand why you want that value x written there? Now ask yourself, how many times do I see a y value? I see a single y value here. I see a value of y to the power of 2 right here. What is the greatest factor these two have in common? Say it. Y. Just a single value of y. So class, that means you place it in the beginning before your party parentheses. Now ask yourself this. If I multiply 2 times 2 to get 4, I multiply x times what to get the value x? It would just be times what? 1. Do I need to write times 1 beside 2? No, because it would still equal 2, so don't waste your time writing times 1. How about y? Y times what would equal a single value y? Times 1. Do I need to write times 1? No, I do not. So actually, I can tell I can scoot my plus 9 closer to my 2. Now I am ready to say, okay, first of all, was I correct? 2 times 9 equaling 18. Yes, I was. X times what? Equaling a value of x. X times 1 would equal x. Do I need to write times 1 beside my 9? No, I do not. Next, I look at my y. Now I need to do y times what value of y to equal y to the second power. Class, what amount? Y. I do need to write y there, don't I? Close parentheses. Now look back and ask yourself, if I multiply 2xy times 2, what do I get? Read it to me, class. Don't I get 4xy? Yes, that's what I wanted to get. Now that I check 2xy times 9y, what do I get? I get 18xy to the second power. Do you agree that this is our correct amount for item 9? Raise your hand if you have a question about item 9. Any part of it you don't understand. Do you have a question? No. Okay. Let's move on to item number 10. Everybody go to item number 10. A square-shaped patio that surrounds, let me make this a little bigger, that surrounds a circular fountain. Okay, there's my circular fountain. It looks terrible. Okay, but there we go. Has an area that can be represented by the expression 16r to the second power take away pi r to the second power. Write the expression in factored form. Okay, first of all, when we are writing an expression in factored form, we're going to factor out our coefficients, or the numbers that sit in front of a variable. Class, what number do we know sits in front of pi r squared if there's no number? It must be a 1. So go ahead and stick a 1 in front of pi r squared. Class, what is the greatest common factor of both 16 and 1? If the factors of 16 are 1 times 16, and the factors of 1 are 1 times 1, what is their only common factor? 1. So please, for now, place a 1 at the beginning of your party parentheses. Leave room in case we need to write any variables here, and then begin your party parentheses. 1 times what would equal that 16? 16, correct. Leave space here in case we need it later. For now, copy your minus. And then 1 times what would equal that 1? Say it. 1. Please write it down. I see someone not writing at all. Have you already written this correctly, sir? Make sure you have already written this correctly on item number 10. Okay? Minus 1. Now go back to the beginning and ask yourself, do they both have an r to the second power? Yes. So what is their greatest common factor? R to the
second power.
Correct. Please write that after your 1. Now ask yourself, do we have a value of pi in the first amount? Yes or no? No. So can no value of pi have anything in common with this value of pi? No, we cannot factor out. So the pi symbol cannot go here. But look at your 1r squared. What can I easily erase that I no longer need? Erase that 1. Everybody please erase or scribble through that 1. You should only have r squared at the beginning here. R squared and then sets of 16. Now class, r squared times 16. What would that give us? 16r squared. So can I leave this 16 with nothing here? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and erase my minus 1 and squish it over closer to 16. And then I see I have pi r squared. Well, let's talk about the r squared first. R squared times what would equal r squared?
1.
Times 1. Do I need to write times 1? Yes or no? No, because it would still equal the same thing, 1. So I ask you, do I have any value of pi here? No. So what value do I need to sit next to the 1? I need to put the symbol pi next to the 1. Now let's go back and double check to see if, when I rework the distributive property here, do I get 16r squared take away pi r squared? R squared times 16 equals what? 16r squared. R squared times 1 pi equals what? 1 pi r squared. What number can I get rid of? Say it.
1.
The 1. I need to get rid of that 1. Class, do you understand how this is the way you should write the value of not simplest form, I'm sorry, they're calling it factored form. You factored the original expression and you ended up with r to the second power and then 16 minus pi. Do you understand how you got that? Question.
Why did we get rid of the 1 with pi?
Because 1 times pi will still equal just pi. And honestly, they want you to start realizing that a value of pi is a value of 1 value of pi. Okay, so you do get rid of the 1. They won't want you to keep that there. Then they ask you this. Write the expression in factored form. Oh, they don't ask you to find the final amount, so you're good on that. Everybody scoot over to the next page, item 12. I definitely want to finish talking about item 12 before we end. Maybe even number 13, we'll see. Number 12, the area of the walkway and garden is represented by the expression 2x to the second power. Guys, please recopy this so that you'll have a fresh copy for your eyes and your brain will think about what it means. So it is 2x to the second power plus 12x plus 16. They want you to write an expression in factored form for the area of the walkway, then find the area of the walkway if x is 3 meters. First, let me point something out. If I put a G for garden, would I put that in the white rectangle or in the blue section? In the white rectangle. Class, put a G for garden so it reminds you the white section is the garden. And then if I use a W to designate my walkway, what color will I write a W on top of? The blue. So in the center you have your garden, and in the blue section all around it you have your walkway. Now if you add it together, the area of the garden plus the area of the walkway, it would equal the what area? The total or the whole area. Excellent answer. So let's see what they told us in the first sentence. The area of the walkway and garden is represented by this expression. So class, does this expression represent only the garden, only the walkway, or total area? Total area. Now read your next question in your mind while I read it aloud. Write an expression in factored form that represents the area of the walkway. Now wait, this represents the total area. What do I need to remove from it so that it will only equal the blue area? I need to remove G. I need to take it out of the middle and chunk it to the side. How do you figuratively, on paper, remove an amount from a total amount? What do you do, class? What do you do? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Wait if you're saying subtract. Yay! Correct answer. So at the end of this current expression, what symbol do you know I'm going to place there? I'm going to put a subtraction sign. Everybody please do likewise. Put minus, and now I need to write an amount that represents the area of what? That I am removing, throwing to the side. What area am I removing? The area of the garden. Think back to 6th grade, maybe even 5th grade. When you learned area of a rectangle, you would always multiply what? Length times width. What is the length according to the amount here? 2x. So here the area equals 2x times, what is the width? X. Now class, how would I actually write 2 times 2 powers of x? I would write that as what, sir?
2 and x is to the second power.
Excellent. 2x to the second power. Class, do you understand why that is the correct amount to write here? And do you understand why we are subtracting it to find the leftover area of just the walkway?
Yes.
All right. Now that we have written that, that represents the area of just the walkway, doesn't it? The red writing is the what area? Total area. The black writing is subtracting out the what area? The garden area, so that it will leave only the walkway area, right? The walkway. All right. Now, before we go ahead and factor this expression, let us combine like terms. OMG, there are some like terms here. Do we agree that there are some like terms? Yell out the like terms. What are they?
2x to the second power, 12x.
Plus 16.
Okay. The only like terms here are the values of x to the second power. There are no like terms of x because nothing else has just x. There are no like terms with 16 because nothing else has only the number. But there are 2 amounts that have the label what? X to the second power. So here's what you have to do. Ask yourself, if I have positive 2x to the second power, and if I then take away 2x to the second power, what amount would I write here? Say it. 0. Do I need to keep 0 in my equation, in my expression? No, I do not. So I am literally going to cancel out my 2x squared and my negative 2x squared, bless you. And oh look, you actually have successfully simplified the answer to their first question. This is all I need to represent the area of the what? Walkway. Because we went ahead and combined like terms once we subtracted the garden. Are you still with me? Now we're ready to factor these. What are the factors of 12? Say them now. 1 times 12, 2 times
6,
3 times,
4,
and then 16, 1 times, 2 times, and 4 times. 4 times 4 would equal 16. Okay, so class, what is the greatest common factor of both 12 and 16?
4.
It is 4. So what number goes at the beginning of your party parentheses? 4. Please make sure you have written a 4. Leave room in case we need an x in a moment. Go ahead and begin your parentheses. 4 times what would have equaled the 12? 3. And then plus sign. 4 times what would have equaled the 16? 4. Leave space. Ending parentheses. All right, now let's go back and see if we need any value of x here. We've got x here. We have no variables here. Class, do they have x in common? Yes or no? No. So can I put x beside the 4? No, I cannot. So I can tell I'm going to go ahead and push 4 right up next to my beginning of party parentheses. 3 what? Where does that x go beside the 3? Do we agree now that 4 times 3x equals 12x? Copy the plus sign. 4 times 4 equals?
16.
Hey guys, is this finished for the factored form?
Yes.
Yes, it is finished for the factored form. Now they ask you this. Then find the area of the walkway if x is 3 meters. Now, you could do this smarter or harder. If you want to do it smarter, just use your calculator to do 12 times the value of x that they just gave you, plus 16. Write that number as your number of meters squared. Or if you want to do it the hard way, you could do their number for x, 3 times that, write it here, plus 4, write the new total, times 4, write the final number. Isn't it easier to just use your red expression? Solve that expression so that you have an equation giving you the total amount of area. I don't want anyone saying it out loud. No free answers for any lazy people. They gotta write down their own answers. All right, let's move on and talk about item 13 since we have just a little bit more time here. Ooh, barely. Here we go. When a dolphin jumps out of the water, it can travel at 20 feet per second. Its height, h in feet above the water after t seconds, is given by this formula. H equals 20t minus 16t to the second power. Class T represents 0.5 second. So at the end, you're going to go in here and do 20 times 0.5 in place of t, aren't you? Then you're going to say take away 16 times 0.5 to the second power. Whatever final total you get, that is the answer in height that they want you to have for their second question. But when you are simplifying, when you are factoring, you are going to find a common factor for 20 and 16. What is it, class? 4. 4, you are correct, so you begin with a 4. I'm not writing it. If you're listening and learning, write it now for yourself. And then 4 times what would give you 20? 5. So beginning parentheses with a 5. And don't forget, after your minus sign, 4 times what would have equaled 16? 4. So that's your other number inside the parentheses after the plus sign. Ask yourself about t and t squared. What do they have in common? T. So what can also go beside the 4 at the beginning? T. 4t. And then make sure the two things in the middle end up giving you a value of 20t minus 16t to the second power. I'm not going to show you any more or give you any more help. I hope that gives you enough hints. You can solve it on your own. Bye, guys.